Okay, so let's head back and go around the other way. See what we can figure out here. Came here, dealt with this. I think that's the bridge over there that we didn't deal with. Or that we didn't go over. We have 40 inhaler charges. That's crazy. Yeah, this way. So this must be the anti-choice camp over here. And then that way goes down towards the bridge. So let's check this out. Oh.
Sir, the extra food drop has landed somewhere off target over in order territory.
Exactly where I wanted it.
They
If it were up to me, I'd get a raise.
Infantry
Hey, you
courier
there.
brings.
Hey, you there. I got a job that needs doing if you've got the time. It pays, of course. I need help finding some lost supplies.
These wouldn't happen to be the supplies you're looking for, would they?
Well, I'll be. That's them, all right. Can I offer you a finder's fee for asset recovery?
Fought a lot of monsters to get this.
All right, here, keep your trousers on.
Oh.
Just don't tell anyone else. Can't have other folk expecting danger pay all the time. Can you reckon what the cost of danger pay for an army at war would be? It'd be ruinous. Thanks again for bringing back those boot parts.
Anytime. Didn't expect that would cause my reputation to go down, but you know.
You're my kind of subcontractor. Yeah.
Press star assault on lift 3 in hopes its robust defenses gave some kind of hint of the lift's continued operation, though frustrating it seems the protectorate snipers and automatics had simply been stuck on this side of the lift doors, same as us, and were unable to retreat. Got it.
Surrounding most settlements and the many other flowering megaflora native to the colony, and you have a recipe for gunky eye you love.
Well, we got a bunch of bits for that. Lots of bodies.
I seriously question the structural integrity of that bridge.
Oh, hi.
Taking the fight out of them, mitigating the threat.
Hate to ask for help, but help?
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. further damage, Commander. Thank you. Vitals critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander. Combatant scan. Standing by to stupefy.
Happy to help. Discreetly. To the rescue. Sight unseen.
Nice. So many frickin' weapons. You doubt the structural integrity of this bridge? Well, we're gonna cross it. Okay, where's my... See, we're fine. We're completely fine. No issues whatsoever. Oh, here's another excogitation chapel. Nice. Oh, well, shit got a little real here. Try going up to the top. Also, I want to look down here really fast. Oh. He got crushed. Certainly seen that before. Initiate Duel. Our seers have determined that you are at the greatest risk of injury from an overhead attack. We strongly encourage you to stay out of range of Protectorate artillery and be cautious of airborne Protectorate automechs. An airborne attack, aka oops, you got smooshed. Yeah, let's see if we can get up into that door. Engineering. Advanced decryption key. Love that for me. Examine. Science 11. I see. Oh, got it. That was... Got it. I missed that as an option. But engineering 4 got us in just fine.
The Oracle Laureate hoped that sending me into desolation would mend what he saw as wounds in my mind. The first few weeks were horrible. Grief dogging my every step. Nightmares of my murdered colleagues. Then, the nightmares began to ease, and the grief ebbed away. What replaced them is... emptiness. The Order speaks of humanity becoming something more, but their words are insufficient speculation. There is nothing more to be. Only dust and death, and the rifts await us. Those rifts, I find the absolute annihilation they offer oddly soothing. Perhaps I will make one last pilgrimage. One last journey on the path from nothing to nowhere.
Okay, then. Gotta love some rehydrated water. Okay, let's go do these two things. Anti-choice forward operating base.
Welcome to Auntie's Choice. We look forward to your inevitable acquisition and/or merger. Whoop.
Thank you, thank you. Commander Ashton.
Hello. Hope you're here to talk business. Otherwise, I have to mark this as a break.
Seem a little work reverse for an anti-choice commander.
Sure am. I'm not taking any risks on this law-forsaken ice hole. I survive here, I'll move into middle management and spend the rest of my career with my feet up on a desk. Honor and glory are for the soon-to-be dead.
How's the war effort?
I'm not cleared to commentate on the nature of Auntie's wars. The sooner it ends, one way or another, the sooner I get behind a desk and away from this wasteland.
If I have a failing in this life, it's a poor sense of when taking a promotion is actually a step backwards for my career. The examples are myriad, but by far the shoddiest wisdom I've exhibited was marrying to gain this damnable military commission without investigating where I'd be assigned or who I'd be contracted under. The Protectorate retreat our strategic administrator mistook for their line collapsing has instead proven to be a masterful feint. It lured us into a three-front war that put insane cultists onto one side, gun-toting mathematicians on the other, and the Protectorate ready to clean up the survivors. In desperation, I offered treble bonuses to whoever unit could punch us through to Winter's grasp, but I fear all that's done is open me up to class action suits from the survivors. Even if I live to see daylight again, I will surely face demotions, which will lead to divorce, that will leave me destitute. Truth be told, that might be the luckiest move to befall me in years. Okay.
I'm open to ideas. What would you expect that they've done with the archive?
Clearly they've
Those protectorate scum squeezed us good this time.
They have more soldiers. Apparently they know how to use the archive better than we did.
Poppycock. It can't be that much more fortified than the Reaver running the place, can it?
Trust me, it is.
Autodock? We don't need the autodock right now.
I cannot believe how bloody...
Ah, stop complaining. At least the ship's hull breaks the wind. Imagine how bad it would have been out here
The
before.
scrappers are getting closer and sniffing around at night. They give me the creeps.
I would rather have them scavenging than attacking.
Welcome to Sting.
I've checked and rechecked my contract, and when I signed with Auntie's Choice as a salvager, I was assured adequate protection to conduct normal operations. Yes, they did include a rider absolving them from random and or unexpected aggression from hostile persons, flora, or fauna, but they can't possibly argue that applies when they put us in the middle of a war zone, can they? Nevertheless, that is what they assert about the myriad terrors we are facing on this thrice-damned planet. Thus, they argue, the corporation need offer us no protection, no defenses, and no hazard pay. But I suppose that hardly matters at this point. There are horrors in every direction, rescue can't reach us, and all the bits in the universe couldn't buy us a way out of this frozen dungeon. So all else being equal, I'd rather be a rich frosty corpse than a poor frosty corpse. Okay then. Yeah, I think we're fine now, so... What's in here? Hi, St. Martin, how are you? How's your day going? I see. Okay. So we'll just watch and trying to do some Christmas shopping. Weekend's been good, very chill. Just kind of gaming and vibing. Alright, let's go this way. Somewhere over here is Inez's quest. Random ass cave right here. And this thingy. Yeah, that looks like the path down towards the archive. A little cave here. Not that interesting. This from a Metroid over the weekend, you just beat the ice level. Nice. Grappers.
Ratcheting up my aggression.
Enemy intercepted.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Lay low, Commander. Medics orders.
Recharging as fast as I can, Commander.
Mobilization in progress. There be none.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Excellent. Explosives 11. Explosives are one thing I have not put any points into. Yeah, we'll definitely get back to Metroid Prime, you know, in the next day or two. So I'm very eager to keep making progress in that. Not sure how long of a game it's going to end up being, but I imagine we'll actually finish it fairly quickly. Okay, let's go here. Given the rate we've been going, unless they surprise me with you know, huge amount more content than I expect. Did a few puzzles, it was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, some of the puzzles are interesting. What's going on over here? Operational flight logs. I don't know that any of that was like particularly interesting or helpful, but whatever.
Resorting to violence.
But yeah, I assume it's not too long because most of those games are pretty short, and so even if they expanded it a little bit for, you know, for this one, it's not going to be a crazy long game. Cloister Shivering Sprat Tongue.
Hostilities are afoot. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Yay, Rookie's Reward gained a level. Okay. Bunch of stuff. I'm betting it's going to be that cave there.
This must be the place Ortiz mentioned. Hard to fathom a lab in those caves.
Yeah.
Whoa. Commander, hold up a moment. Are you hearing this? It's some manner of distress signal. Encrypted. One of Auntie's, I'm certain, but this one ain't entirely familiar to me. Can't unless you have an Auntie's Choice patented codebreaker on your person. Reckon we'll need to find the signal's source. If it's not to do with the lab, I'll be damned. We should press on.
Okay.
resorted to violence. Stun weapon ready, Commander. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Lovely. Alright, what's going on here? Frozen Maw. Oh my. That beeping's annoying. I know it's what we're following in theory.
Investigating hostile intentions. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Locking them down. Mitigating the threat. Shooting ally. Unorthodox at best.
First SMG. Let's go this way first. Interesting. Oh my god, stop beeping. God, this must be the lab.
What in the void? Well, I think I've seen enough death to fill 3 lifetimes. And it don't get any easier. What happened here? He spent his last moments crawling over to this terminal from the wreck. Sorry, friend. He's got a code breaker on him. Let's see.
Okay. Pros and cons of this game. So it's definitely like, I mean, I'd say it's mostly pros. It's the writing's funny, the characters are fun, the weapons are kind of fun and interesting.
I'll be damned. That powered up the elevator. Signal's stronger than ever now. These poor bastards must
check what's up here.
To it same as us. This must be
some of the areas can get a little like
Choice had the good sense to leave the back door up.
Not bloated, but like just
operational.
Not every mission's as
Can't say I'm yearning to see what they've
enthralling
done with
as
the place,
every
though.
other, but that's pretty
I just
normal.
want answers. Let's go.
Okay. Let's read this. Don't ask questions. Keep all comings and goings quiet. Do not record the time or location of the supply drops. Report any unusual activity in the maw immediately. Should any emergency signal be received, head to the maw immediately armed and ready to extract all Auntie's Choice personnel. For law's sake, please take care to practice your landings. If you can't land gracefully on a clear day, how do you expect to do so in whiteout conditions? Fair. So yeah, overall I'm enjoying it. Algid Menagerie. What?
Hello? Is anyone there? I have been signaling for help incessantly. Come quickly. I'm trapped in my office, by the foyer. The others, I fear they might have lost their lives at the hands, claws of escaped beasts. Mind yourself.
That's him. That must be the doctor. He's got no idea an entire squad died trying to fly in here and save his sorry ass.
Bad news is how long it took for us to hack into the building. Fingers are still thawing as I type. The good news is that the Order were apparently dumb enough to leave all this equipment behind when they hauled out. Don't they know value when they see it? Their loss, our gain, I say. Figure most of the machinery can be repurposed for just about whatever we can dream of. I heard tell that a member of the Experimental Sciences Department was scouting for new facilities to commandeer. Was even offering a handsome finder's fee. Reckon I'll take inventory and set him word straight away.
That's assuming he'd care. I'd give that roughly a 1 out of 10 chance.
Graph's raring to go.
Ooh. Oh, I am not in combat.
Mechanist speaking. I need the record to show that I have reported many times that these pressure
We'll hear a little mini review for you to actually play the game. Yeah, I think this game, it does almost everything that the first game did well, a little better. And it cleaned up some of the clunky elements of the first game, so I don't know, I think it's overall pretty successful.
I've had enough of close calls with Serenium for one lifetime, thank you.
Yeah. Disable the uranium flow. Archived. My diligent archivists and scienticians, the war is encroaching on our doorsteps. By my calculations, we have approximately 3.14 days, an admittedly auspicious figure, to vacate and cordon off the premises before any of our research or personnel fall into the hands of the invaders. Complete all of your calculations in a collected and timely fashion, and prepare all sensitive data for extraction. All machinery is to be kept on low power so that when the Order inevitably emerges victorious, we may return and commence our research with immediacy. After a thorough perusal of all the machinery and equipment at our disposal, I'd have to say we've hit the proverbial jackpot. Those Order nuts sure knew how to build a place. Everything is functioning as expected, and there's enough uranium here to power our lab operations for years to come. I am a whit concerned about the pressure valves in the boiler room. Operating them appears to require a precision I'm not familiar with, and I've not yet had time to test them thoroughly. Were some kind of accident to occur, I'm not sure my usual method of hit it with a pipe until I hear a loud clunk will suffice. Fair. Your insistence that we research the valve network and develop failsafe measures for said network has become increasingly irritating. If something were to become disruptive with this uranium, and I repeat this will not ever happen, I am certain you will battle against a couple of knobs and win the battle against a couple of knobs and wheels. My concern, Mechanist Tate, is that this obsession is nothing more than a way to distract from your duties, which I remind you is to lure ursopods from outside into the cages I've provided. If you cannot handle this task, I know the executive who assigned you here will be quite interested to know about it. Interesting. Bypass the uranium leak. Oh. God, they gave us sort of two ways to bypass the uranium leak, it looks like, engineering and hacking. This door is barred shut.
What's... Hola, Ortiz? No. No, it ain't him. I thought... Commander, help me make sense of this.
Uh-huh. Now I extra want to kill this scientist.
I had a notion of what I might encounter here. Test tubes, records, some graphs kept on ice, but not this. Law. My heart just about stopped when I saw him. I thought Ortiz had come back, gotten himself in trouble, but no. This man, whoever he is, he's been dead for a time.
He died at least 2 weeks ago. That water's frigid and he's just beginning to decompose.
2 weeks. Law. And he's just being kept here. Not even a proper burial, just treated like a thing. Void, damn it. This poor man. The test subjects. Ortiz. All of them are dead. All of them left in ruin by the butchers running this place. All of them could have been me.
You should count yourself lucky.
I ain't going to merrily step over these corpses just because I got mine. All that matters now is finding that doctor. He's got a reckoning coming.
You okay?
My aim's steady, if that's your concern. I'm sorry. I'll be fine once we breathe fresh air again. Just need this to be over.
Okay. Pierce-resistant plating. Okay. Archived. Nursing the Ursapod. What began as a humorous extracurricular study of Ursapods has become something of a passion. Countless hours of observation and over countless bottles of Pinnacle tea has concluded in the realization that the Ursapods are hardy and hearty creatures. They are not lone predators. Rather, they have been found to be living in groups of families, in layperson's terms. Though whether they are related or otherwise biologically involved, we have not yet established. And they even play together in the snow. Can you imagine? As we got to know these Ursapods from afar, we began to fear that the Archive's ongoing work would prove detrimental to Cloister's climate, as we are stationed here to ascertain. We are pleased to note that despite the minor erosion and melting of ice caps directly around the Archive, the temperature of the planet has not noticeably increased. This is welcome news to all of us here at the laboratory, not only in regard to the ecological stability of the planet, but for the continued health and happiness of our Ursapod friends. It's come to my attention that my colleagues have hypothesized that I am one bead short of a functioning abacus, all for exploring the possibility of cultivating plant life on Cloister, but I'm pleased to report that I've disproved such hypotheses. After much trial and error and repeated orders of new seedlings from Eden, I successfully nurtured a specimen of ginseng to maturity. This particular specimen's seeds have exhibited an extraordinary amount of adaptive properties, leading me to believe that the plant could survive even without my careful tending. I will transplant several seedlings in the coming weeks for observation, and try not to get a hold of myself, daydreaming of a green cloister. The following missive applies to all lab personnel. Please see Dr. Rasmussen with any questions or concerns. In the event of malfunction, the subject in question should be immediately contained and kept under close observation. Any further developments should be noted in full. As for any subject that expires, it should be moved into the cargo hold and kept on ice within its containment chamber in case any biological matter should need retrieving at a future date. Until further notice, the following subjects are to be kept in containment under close observation: Raptidon, Mantipillar, Sprats, Ursapods, Cystipegs. Management regrets that there are no containment units large enough to host the most rambunctious of subjects elsewhere, so for now they are to be kept on the main laboratory floor. All laboratory personnel are reminded to keep their distance and not maintain eye contact for too long. Graft recipients. M. Lung, no sign of failure detected. Release granted after 3 days. W. Curtis, catastrophic failure. Platelet transfusion attempted. Release not recommended until further analysis is complete. ART, signs of slow failure. Subject refused observation. Release granted after 8 days. Prototypical grafting subjects. Raptidon, catastrophic failure. Autopsy and full report has been requested. Cystipig, success. Subjects exhibits greater capabilities in speed, intelligence, and resilience. Recommend transferring to a containment unit for further observation. And Ursula cub pending. Subject has undergone preparation for surgery. Strongly recommend keeping its mother within our strongest containment unit.
Over here! These beasts have me pinned down! Handle them straight away, please! I cannot let my genius be wasted here!
Void, damn coward! We'll see how you beg when we're face to face!
Mobile adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Oh, level 30. 83,433 bits. Nice. Okay. Let's go science up. Perks. Perk bit transfer. Bounty terminals have an option to immediately cash out bits by hacking into bank accounts. This game has a lot of perks. Yes, it does. They, it starts off with less that you have access to at first, and they open up the options as you gain other perks and as you level up your skills. see here. Spot kills Ricochet. Let's do this. And companions. Activating this as companion ability refreshes and reapplies her drugs, also applying the drugs bonuses to the entire party. Or activating this as companion ability immediately clears your toxicity and crash. It also causes the party to automatically regenerate health for a long duration. Let's do that. Marisol. Marisol throws a gadget that emits energy to allies in a radius, while within the radius that party's weapons are electrified, dealing bonus shock damage. Or occasionally throws a gadget near that confuses all enemy in an area around it. Sure, let's do that. If certain flora might be engineered to survive in controlled environments, like Laplace's garden or this sunless lab, why can we not also engineer them to survive in the frozen wilds? I've seen success in modifying the properties of hardy plants like Arctic ginseng after all. Perhaps taking one step further is not entirely out of the equation. I'll begin with a small sample of seedlings as proof of concept. If it appears to be a viable avenue for study, why the possibilities could be exponential.
Is this the cub that Terminal mentioned? Still breathing, but only just.
Operating a centrifuge is not too difficult. In fact, it's quite intuitive, but due to repeated requests for guidance, here is your instruction manual. If you wish to concoct something like a stimulant, for example, simply gather the ingredients from the operation room and return to the centrifuge. Insert the ingredients and work the lever. Watch in amazement as the machine blends it. Once done, take the refilled cylinder and insert it into the medicament dispenser by the window. The subject will swiftly fall asleep or spring back into action. Mind yourself, said Springer is within claw's reach of any fellow lab worker. But doctor, you ask, why are the ingredients stored in another room instead of up here? Well, you have Troopers Wallingford's idiocy to thank for that. Using 20 cylinders of Arctic ginseng extract to make tea put a significant dent in our stockpile of stimulants.
Boyd, that must be his mama on the other side of the glass. We were too late for the soldier back there, but not too late for this cub. We should help.
Ursapod Cub. Auto dock. The Ursapod hypothesis. After thorough testing, we've determined that this cub is at the peak of health for its age, no mean feat for a member of its species. Such resilience lends itself well to the procedure it's about to undergo. The essential question is, if we inhibit certain behaviors and physiological responses, would the bond between mother and cub be thereby severed? And if so, might this procedure be used at large to disrupt Ursapod herd mentality, and thereby make it easier to capture them or defeat them in a skirmish? With this experiment's completion, we might finally find our answer, if the rest of the report is abruptly cut off. Okay. Let's go back this way.
What wretched work. Poor creatures ain't got an idea what's in store for them.
Sisty Pig, we can unlock you.
Those things unnerve me.
You look like you need a new home.
I wanted a pet cysty pig real bad when I was a kid. I can water and feed him, if you're keen.
Join me on my ship. The more the merrier. Nice. We got a new pet.
Ain't never seen a cysty pig move so fast in all my life. Mainly terrifying.
Critter catcher. Heavy rounds. Nice. If you read nothing else in this missive, make it this. The critter catcher is a high-powered experimental prototype. It is not a toy. While this gun was regularly used to capture various fauna for our lab in the early days, one too many unfortunate incidents have forced us to restrict its access. As such, Dr. Rasmussen now has possession of the sole keycard to open the catcher's safe, and may allow access upon approval in emergency situations pending approval of the necessary paperwork. Once again, this gun is not a toy, and make your shots count for law's sake. We've wasted enough ammo as it is. Okay, I'm not going to pull this lever quite yet.
Eyes up. I spy a vent.
Thank you. Biomass grenade. Not going to pull any of these levers till I know exactly what's going to happen here.
Perhaps a slyer approach is warranted.
Oof.
Proceeding to attack.
Okay, I guess we're doing this.
I'm ready. Discombobulating enemies.
Let's get you healed. Someone go for a medic. Out of sight and on the way.
Go for identification.
Thank the law, I'm saved. Meet me at once, please. I so worried that nobody intercepted my distress signal.
Oh, we got his signal all right. Let's get the bastard.
I'd offer to bet on how this turns out, but I'm afraid the act might throw off my equations.
Oh, I see. So the cage doors would, in theory, open this, which would make them all fight each other, I guess, so you could weaken the mother. But we don't need to do that. Take a look up here. Okay. The Archive's effect on wildlife and climate. After careful analysis of more than 1,804 Arctic sprats, 507 ursarpods, and 68 ice formation, it has been concluded that the Archive continues to have a barely perceptible effect on Cloister's ecology. I commend the foresight of the Archive's architects for containing all of its processing heat so well within its walls. However, though slight this perceptible effect may be, over the decades we may require more... This message is intended specifically for any personnel who handle fauna. In addition to removing any sensitive information on our research here, I must ask that you release all ursopods in our observation studies back into the wild. Archivist Leslie has seen to it that all ursopod subjects be given proper medicaments to invigorate them and hasten their reacclimation. Perhaps their presence outside will have the added benefit of detracting any would-be squatters from overtaking our laboratory. I'd say the chances are high indeed. Proctor Bilal.
Wasn't a person alive who could best the matriarch ursopod. Yet, here you are. What a show.
You the doctor in charge here?
Indeed I am, soldier. And my, what a picture you are. What exquisite graft work. Might I trouble you for an examination?
So you're the one who butchered my friend, Ortiz. The one who tortured those creatures out there. Who killed that soldier.
What's going on? I don't know any Ortiz, I swear it. I'm just a doctor. Please, don't shoot.
No, we know you know him. We found records to prove that he underwent surgery
Records?
here.
I don't know of any such... Oh, bother. Fine, yes, I did complete a procedure on one trooper Ortiz, along with 2 others. He eagerly offered himself up for this project's first human trials. Rather hasty in hindsight. I know what you're thinking. Yes, the grafting program was officially shuttered 6 months ago. That was not a lie. But I thought it a shame, and it seems I wasn't alone in that. I was recruited for this unofficial venture soon after. Don't understand the need for secrecy myself, but our sponsor demanded it. I dared not ask too many questions.
What are you trying to do with Ortiz and the
What you
others?
have to understand is that being a regular soldier does not pay dividends, but being the ultimate frontline fighter does. They understood this. Unfortunately, understanding can only go so far, as each of their bodies rejected the graft. But I got exceptional data out of it.
Enough with the excuses. You absolute wretch. Any scientist with any shred of decency would have refused your position. Your precious data is nothing compared to those you killed.
I sympathize with your friend, soldier. Truly, I do. But if I mourn every failure within these walls, I might never operate again. You must understand that the work we do here is greater than any one life. We can change the galaxy for the better.
So historically little good has come from experiments as unethical as this one.
According to who? You? If it's not in Auntie's history, it's ancient history as far as I'm concerned. If you require convincing that my experiments have led to many breakthroughs, witness me. My own lungs would have failed without my prototyping of a device to keep me alive. Make no mistake, if you kill me, my research and knowledge will be gone forever. The suffering you've seen here will be nothing in comparison to what I could have prevented.
So you do realize that your subject suffered greatly.
Of course I do. Ask your associate here if her grafting session was as pleasant as a creekside picnic. I acknowledge my subject's pain whilst also acknowledging its necessity. It's been a long time coming, but I believe I've laid the groundwork for treating injury and illness far better than modern medicine can manage. We are on the precipice of regrowing limbs that have been lost in accidents, reversing brain trauma, nerve damage, mayhaps aging one day. It would be a boon to humanity, and a boon to Auntie's bottom line.
Yes, healthcare, the perfect business opportunity.
You jest. But I know many an executive who'd kill for such knowledge. I ain't want a thing to do with it.
Let's not be hasty. I see your graft is a result of revision surgery. Your first go was botched, and you were considered a failure of the program, yes? I know what happened to those failures. Demoted, disgraced. It was horrible business. And yet, you still wear our colors. You want to reclaim your station, don't you?
You don't know anything about what I want.
For this guy, you know, failure, you've reclaimed all you need.
I wish I could agree with you. But I have fallen in the esteem of others. The way the other soldiers looked at me after my procedure, I'll never forget it. Whether I want to regain my position or not doesn't matter. I don't want your help. I will not benefit from the pain of others.
You think there were no victims of the first program? That your existence isn't built off the bones of those who came before? You're no more righteous than I. You simply looked away. Now, if you stay your hand, I will grant you 2 state-of-the-art grafting parts. They cannot fail. Install one of them, and you'll see my earnest intent. You were never the broken thing they made you, soldier. If you wish it, you may still become a most extraordinary specimen.
No. Stop talking. Stay there. Don't make any stupid moves, understand? The adults need to have a talk over here. Commander, I don't know what to do. I came here intending to make him pay for what he's done. And I can't shake the reasons I've seen to burn this place to the ground. But what if he's right? What if something in his work is worth saving? What if this is my chance to make something of my life? To be accepted again?
None of his success justifies this. I say you're already making something of yourself. You don't need him.
I appreciate that, Commander. But I still ain't so sure that's true. We've grown close, you and I. And you know full well I ain't keen to ask for help, but I can't afford a mistake. I could spare this doctor, explore this research's potential, but if I kill this man and exact retribution for Ortiz, I'll never know for sure what that research might have wrought. And if I do that, there'll be no going back for me, myself one of Auntie's own. Would I even want to?
I'll say this. Andy's only cares to use and discard people. You can't change that.
I do know that.
Nobody can.
Better than most, really. Suppose it's time I looked Auntie in the face and saw her for what she is. And at least now, I can fix this.
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Don't shoot me. We were in the midst of negotiating.
I have no need for negotiating, Doctor. You brought this on yourself. Let's just take what we need and get out. I can't stand the sight of this place any longer.
Farewell, head. Personal notes. New lab. So it begins my first account of my new laboratory. I must admit I had my doubts during our outrageously frigid expedition through the caves, but now that the work is finally beginning, my heart is singing. With no restrictions to stifle me, I believe we'll make swift progress with the grafts, beyond what even the executives could dream. Our only limit is our own abilities. Normally I might scoff at using their second-handed equipment, but I must admit those order fellows do appear to know their science. They don't appear to know how to keep doors reinforced, however. That cave-in at the cargo door is letting in quite a horrid draft. Perhaps the next soldiers who arrive with supplies can be put to work fixing it. That imbecile. First, the idiot wastes countless samples of Arctic ginseng in our storeroom, and now he's made off with our one-of-a-kind prototypical coverall set, the utter buffoon. Archivist Leslie has urged me to send word to corporate or to put out a warrant for his capture by other forces in the region, but no, I shan't. Not only will I not let that wandering fool bring unwanted eyes towards our operation here, but it's only a matter of time before the elements claim him, and I might send a mechanist or two to retrieve the prototype off his body. Poor Trooper Wallingford, you died as you lived. We've seen this. Experiencing a bit of uranium leak. Lovely. So, Dr. Rasmussen's key card. Gonna take this in here. So much biomass. Okay. Let's see here. There's one more thing we might be able to do. Oh, I need medical 7 to do this. I think I'm at medical 6. So we can come back here once I have medical 7. Turn to Ethel's lab. In Fairfield to investigate the mechanical augmentation that you picked up. Got it. That's in Fairfield. Yeah, I suspect if we can get the medical skill up, we'll be able to save that ursapod, and maybe it'll become a pet or something. Okay. Okay, Buckshot Bill. So, I'll try to remember to do a little bit of medical up on my next. My next level up. Safe combination. Use the earring. Background ex-convict. Don't have a safe thing. I definitely don't have the ex-convict background. Wait, is that it right there? No.
Scan. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Scrambling enemy neurons. On their weaknesses.
There's Buckshot Bill.
Amplificator is charged.
There's enough. Taking the fight out of them.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Back, get left aim ready.
Okay. Ooh, chapel key card.
Hostilities are afoot.
Are they up there?
Resorting to violence.
Amplificator at ready status.
Okay. There you are. Very curious what happens with bits now that I've gotten up to level 30. Do I just get all of the bits like normal, or do they still like go away? Next time I pick up a bit cartridge, I'll have to look. Chapel key card. Heavy rounds. Bit cartridge. Looks like I just get them all now. Advanced decryption key. Lovely. Pitchball card. Plus 1 toxicity crash threshold.
Hello. So, I'm trapped.
Hugging
Messages
vest.
to the order left unanswered. Tried to run. Got about.
Enemies damage you within melee range take a portion of the damage they deal reflected back at them.
Less now. Spent much of my life wondering what I'd say at the end. Trying to think of the words for this felt like reading a thesis before the presiding bishop. But a lot of people die, and not a lot of final words get remembered. Certainly no one will hear these. So why worry about being meaningful? What matters is who I was when I was alive. And if I was
I'll handle this.
Or support food. Maybe I would have liked to.
Back and scan. You've suffered extensive damage, Commander.
Okay. A lot of dead bodies strewn around this iceberg. So we've covered basically this area. Main thing that's left is this spot. Let's see here. Three protectorate encampments under the bridge. Okay, let's quickly go back here. Turn in these two bounties because we did both the bounties. Nice. Speak with order technician. Ah, yes, here. Turn in this quest. Right, he was back here.
My friend, I anticipated simple maintenance. But what you've done is pure, architect-inspired artistry. This level of fine-tuning to the voltage monitoring system is breathtaking. Such magnificent work is most definitely worthy of a reward. Truly, the plan has provided by sending you to my aid.
Lovely. Thanks. Also, your repair person
That
is
is
dead.
most unfortunate. But at least his sacrifice did help improve the operations per millisecond. I will include his name in the records for this repair.
Okay. Fair enough. So a lot of inhaler charges. Alright. Well, we did a bunch of stuff there. But with that, I think that will be where we leave off for today.